What up, y'all? This your boy DC.
And I'm Zach.
And we got the talented Miss Areanna Monique. What up?
Hi.
What up?
How are you?
I'll just flow out, yeah. Gray balloon.
I'm good. How you feeling over there?
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Hey, look, the red carpet award goes to you. Your outfit looks good.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
so grateful. This just came in today, so I'm so grateful for it.
Is that like a big bow type thing going on?
It's huge. It was like I had to pin it, but nobody knows I had to pin it together. But
We won't tell.
Yeah, so let's just dive into it. You're a fashionista? Is that how you say it?
Yes, I think I would love to call myself that. I would like to say that. Yes.
Is that like a custom piece, or you just got it from like online, or?
So I got it online, and it was from, I don't even know what website. And so when it came in, the bow was kind of like twisted, so we had to think last minute of how we could fix it. So I just like got a little pin and like got it together.
Yeah, it looks
cool.
good.
Do you like
Thank
sewing
you.
stuff too, or?
I tried, what? It's just not for me.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
So
Yeah.
we just want to welcome you to the eMix podcast. On this podcast, we talk about you mainly and your career and music and just the industry and independent artists on their way up and up to the levels of which they can achieve. So
Yes.
that's what we talk about here.
Yes.
Yeah. So Zach, what you got?
All right. So every time we have an interview, we just kind of ask the same couple of questions to get us started. So the first question we like to ask is like, tell us who you are and how you got into music and how you got to where you got today.
Okay, well, my name is Ariana Haynes. I am a senior at Clark Atlanta University.
Nice.
I'm 20 years old from Columbus, Georgia. Of course, I'm a music major, and I really got into music, I want to say my freshman year of college. I realized I definitely loved it. I didn't know what I loved about it, honestly, until I got the opportunity to intern at this internship in Atlanta, and it was for music therapy. And so with music therapy, we work with students that have Down syndrome, behavior issues, all those kind of things. And to see their reactions and to see how much they loved music and the impact I had from them and the impact they had, on me, I was just like, this is just my love. This is something I love to do. So I wrote my first song actually last summer. I released that last summer. And I remember somebody telling me, when I listened to your voice, when I listened to that song, she couldn't move, she really was, she wasn't able to move, but she said she got to moving when she heard my voice, when she heard my music. And so I was like, if I could just make more music like that and, perfect my craft to help other people and to really heal people's souls and help them move in any way they could, I was like, I want to do it. And so that kept me pushing, that kept me going. And now we're here. My voice is cracking. Now we're here.
That's so cool.
That's incredible. I'll just go real quick, just because like that's a really big why, and that's a really important why. And I think that's a why with substance, because so many people, they get into the music industry and they were like, oh, I want to be a singer rapper because I want to be rich and famous. You know what I mean? Like that's like a real shallow why. It's not
fulfilling.
Sustainable. Yeah, it's not fulfilling.
Right. Definitely. You can't work for free, but I really used to tell my mom, like, honestly, I would do it for free, like any way I could, just to help heal anyone. So honestly, yeah.
That's super cool. And I actually have a question about music therapy because I've heard about music therapy, but I'm not really sure what it is. Because like when I think of music therapy, I'm thinking of like kind of like ambient music, maybe different like frequencies coming in and out, like stuff like that. But is there more to it than that? Like, is there just music in general? Like it could be any type of genre or?
Yes, it can definitely be any type of genre. You really have to evaluate your student and see kind of what they like and, what their disability is, And so once you do that, you plan out, okay, maybe they like country music or they like hip hop music or they like jazz. And then we work with them with guitar, and then we let them squeeze things in lessons, just to get them focused. So it really, honestly, you have to evaluate your student, and then you go from there.
So do you almost like create your own playlist specific to each student, and then there's also other types of stimuli that you incorporate into that as well?
Yes, a major factor with music therapy is definitely learning guitar. That's, you have to know piano, but guitar is very, very important. Very important.
So are you like teaching your students how to play guitar, or are you playing it for them?
So I'm playing it for them. And so basically we usually play it when we're welcoming, them in, or saying goodbye to them. It just gets them going, gets them comfortable, and it allows them to be free. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm playing it for them typically, unless they want to try to play a little guitar.
Super cool.
That's good. That's good.
How long? Sorry, how long have you been playing guitar?
So I knew last summer that I had to learn, to be honest. I didn't really pick it up until, I want to say, the beginning of quarantine, when all of this happened. And so I've just been, I'm kind of a fast learner when it comes to certain things like that. And so I put the pressure on myself, like already practice 20 minutes a day, because I am kind of behind the curveball when it comes to that. But yeah, that's how long.
Awesome. You can definitely learn a lot when you just, do it incrementally throughout each day.
Right.
Like you'll start to pick it up real quick.
Exactly.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So what type of experiences have you had so far? I'm not sure if you can talk about it, but experiences have you had with your students and then with that?
So plenty of experiences. I will say, last summer we did the camps. Obviously this year we can't do those kind of things just because of what's going on. But last summer we did 3 specific camps, and there was one specific camp that just got to me. It was students who really couldn't afford to go to music therapy, which it is kind of expensive. And so what we did was go to them and help them learn reading and writing and speaking skills, all of that through music. And so that really got to me. I mean, at the end of the summer, they've improved. They have improved. Wow. And they were just, the smiles that were on their faces, like, it was literally just maybe 30 minutes of music. And within those 30 minutes, those kids were up. They were excited. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it got to me. It touched me. I was like, this is something that I definitely can see myself doing. So that experience definitely touched me. And of course, making connections with the students, So yeah, just those different things.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the power of music.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it just what it can do and how it can touch so many people's lives. Right. And we appreciate that, you're putting out music that has a message and can help people however it can possibly help them with any stage that they are in their life. So, yeah. Another journey I wanted to talk about, one of your personal journeys is you've been hitting the gym.
Yes. Let's get into it.
Yeah, right. Like you stay in there. Like your social media is like. I'm like, man, oh man, like I'm watching you. You're on the treadmill. I got a cookie in my hand, right? And I'm like,
You're doing the curls though. You got those cookie curls, DC.
Yes.
I was like, man, I need to get.
It's been a journey.
Yeah. So when did that start? Tell us about it.
I want to say, so I've always kind of struggled with my weight. I've always struggled with eating healthy, anything. I will say I would start the journey and then I would stop the journey and start it and then stop it. And so I was like, why are you, I had a realization with myself, like, why are you stopping and starting? And I would always just say I need to be on this diet and that diet and that diet. But I had to realize that a healthy life is really a healthy mind, body, and soul. And so once I had that realization with myself, I was like, okay, now we can start hitting the gym, but realize you don't have to be on a specific diet to get healthy, to be healthy, to feel healthy, and to feel happy. So there's a lot. I mean, my mom used to pay trainers so much money and no results would be scene. And so I'm so grateful for the gym, Society in Columbus. I'm so grateful for them. They have just a very family vibe, and it's very motivational. But even I've learned so much from just being there. So now me going back to school, I'm like, I'm going to stay on this journey. I'm going to stay, focused on it. So it's been a journey. It's been hard. I struggled. I mean, I still sometimes, to be honest, struggle with, I'll have a cookie, but sometimes you just, you have that realization with yourself. Like, if you want a cookie, eat a cookie, but work it off the next day. So it's still a journey. It's still a journey, and I'm still learning.
How would you say, like, working out and like having a positive mindset with working out has translated into your music? Has that helped at all, or?
It definitely has helped. It definitely has. I honestly, I didn't have much motivation, before I started this health journey. I did not have much motivation to do anything. And also I'm so grateful for DC. I tell them this all the time. Honestly, I didn't have motivation though. And so with me having a healthy mind, body, and soul, I was just like, girl, get out there, do your thing, have that confidence, gain that confidence back that you lost because you weren't healthy up here. And so it definitely has transferred over into the music for sure.
Yeah. And we can definitely talk about it, because we can talk about it because me and you, we've been in the studio, we've been working, right?
Yeah.
And Gray Balloon, it's out. It's on all streaming platforms.
It's a great song, by the way. I love it. Super soulful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and Gray Balloon, I would love to hear like your side, what your thoughts, how you came up with it, and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Okay. So Gray Balloon, I knew I wanted to write a song about my journey and how I am honestly being truthful with how my thoughts really are and what I was going through. Because a lot of people really see that happy-go-lucky Ari, and not that I wasn't in such a happy space, but during that time of me writing, I was going through some things. I was going through being stuck in my head and not allowing myself to come out of my own habits, my bad habits. And so those lyrics are definitely in the song. But so Gray Balloon, I came up with the title Gray Balloon because when I was thinking about my thoughts, it was no black or white. It was literally like foggy. When I think of fog, I think of gray. And then I had a balloon in my head that was just sitting there. Sometimes, like, if I have balloons for my birthday or something, they'll just be sitting there. And so I was like, just stuck, So I was like, you're stuck in your head, so Gray Balloon. I don't know. It was just different. It was just different, and then that was really it. I mean, I just had to talk about being in my head all the time.
I think that's such a great message, because so many people, especially like creative people, I know this like is everybody, but especially creative people, we're always in our head.
Yes.
Always. You know what I mean? So I think when they hear this song, it's going to resonate with so many different people.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's cool though too, because like when I listen to this song, it almost it sounds like you may be stuck, but it sounds like you're coming to terms with like being in that space and where you want to go from that space. Exactly. So like it's very clear, and it paints such a beautiful image too, because like when you said the balloon was just like sitting there, I was like, I see that. Like it's just like in this space. It's beautiful.
Yeah, right. So that's what I was thinking. And definitely you're spot on. Like I had that realization with myself, and from that song, I grew out of that. It's a journey. It really is a journey. And I tell everybody, everyone's journey is different, but I know we all have that one moment in our lives where we're stuck in our heads and we have that realization and we're breaking free. And so it came at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the video. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be crazy.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm super excited. And I like just everything. It has like that chill vibe that it's not, the tempo is not too fast, not too slow. it's really in that sweet spot. You know what I mean?
It's a repeat song for sure. You could just put that song on repeat for like an hour and just like keep listening to it.
And that was honestly like my goal. I remember, because I like things. So at Clark Atlanta University, we do this thing every year that's called Jazzing with the Stars. So there's people who perform, and then there's people who buy their tickets, and they sit out, they buy their table, they have their wine, they have their food, and they just listen to the music and stuff like that. So I've always wanted to make music for things like that, you know, where you could relax, or at the end of the day, you know, if you've had a hard day, or even in the morning, do you know? So definitely that was my goal.
It's a super smart marketing choice too, because, you know, most of the people that are listening to music at home, you know, at the end of a long day of work or something, they're not going to be wanting to listen to like some heavy metal. I mean, some people might,
right.
But like, you know, like the majority of people are like listening to like these lo-fi hip hop stations, or just like these more chill stations. So super smart marketing choice for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. But don't get a fool. This girl, she's a bunch of energy. It's nothing gray about her. She's very colorful.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let's dive in. Let's dive into your brain a little bit. So
yes,
kind of like what's some of your like inspiration? Like, how do you get going?
How do I get going in the morning? Well, I definitely. So I don't want to sound like cliche, but this is honestly what I do. I, in the mornings, have to listen to Sarah Jakes Roberts. You know, I have to listen to her speeches and her sermons, definitely, to get me going in the mornings. After that, you already know Snow Allegra is the girl that I'll blast all day long. And then honestly, I know I don't tell her this enough, but definitely my mom is one of my inspirations. I mean, to see her get up and go every single day and make sacrifices so that I alone can have is just one of my main inspirations. And
shout out to Momager.
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
she's a Momager for real. She has it. She's doing the thing. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without her. So those are my inspirations. I would definitely say, let's see. I want to say that's really working out as a motivation, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely want to say that. And that's really, really, of course, music is definitely a motivation, and that's really it. I mean, kind of simple.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I know Snow is one of your homegirls. She don't know it yet, but like that's.
She don't know. We're about to be friends. We're gonna be friends.
Yeah, because I mean, Snow, her stuff. If you don't know her, Snow Allegra, like Google her. You know, her stuff is really cool, chill, very vibey. She was some of the inspiration on how I came up with the production for Grey Balloon. When I was making that, I was like, this right here. Like, first of all, I was like, can I hear Snow singing on it? Right. Okay. And then I was like, yeah, maybe, but I can definitely hear Areanna on this thing. You know what I'm saying? And usually as a producer, because we're all creative people, we're all like in our heads all the time and whatever. And when I made that beat, I usually kind of get like nervous to like send the beat to people, because I'm like, okay, they're not gonna like it or whatever. But with that one, I was like, no.
Confident, yeah. I remember being in the car with my mom. She actually called DC. And I was like, I love that beat. Like, I was just ready to sing on it that day. Like, I was ready. I think we had the studio session that weekend or the weekend after that. But it was like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This beat is everything that I even envisioned. And what's weird is I didn't know what I wanted until you sent it. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know what I wanted until you sent it. And I was like, this is everything. This is everything I've ever wanted.
So for Grey Balloon, did you have like the lyrics figured out beforehand, and then he sent you the beat, and then you kind of just laid them over that and just kind of worked with the beat?
Did.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
That's exactly what I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite songs. I let my family hear it all the time. So
it's definitely one of my favorites.
So you're very new. This is gonna be your first. I mean, Grey Balloon is your first release in about a year or so.
Yeah.
Right? So what is some of the roadblocks that you've had to overcome so far that maybe other artists that are starting out might be able to learn from?
I definitely say patience. I've learned how to have patience. I've learned to work on my craft first before just dropping it, just anything. And I know when you have something, like I'm so eager to drop it. I know when you have things and everything's coming in, you just want to drop. But it takes patience. It takes strategy. It takes planning and marketing. And so I would definitely say that was a roadblock that I had to overcome. Sometimes I get a little antsy, like I just wanted to, but yeah, that's one of them. Definitely, I want to say, wait, that's it, honestly.
How was it that you were able to like build up your patience? And
yes.
How were you able to do that?
So what's crazy about that is I remember watching something, or maybe my mom talked to me about it, but Beyonce had said, she had mentioned that all of the new artists are kind of just dropping things, and that's not real music anymore. You have to, it takes time. And so I had that realization with myself. I was like, yeah, that's true. Like I'm ready to drop this as soon as possible. But now, we still have to, or we've got everything done for it. But it was a lot going behind it. And so I had to realize you just can't drop anything. But Beyonce's quote definitely got me there. Definitely got me there.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed you said, people are just like dropping music left and right, and that may, sacrifice the quality of some of the music that's coming out. Do you think we may be going back a little bit, like backtracking to a time where we're, taking time on our music and maybe releasing things by the album? Or do you think we're going to like keep going forward on just like releasing singles?
So, we as in the people, or we as in me?
Yeah, you, or just like people in general, or just like the whole community of people in music?
So I think I'm going to talk about our generation for a second. I feel like a lot of our generation is just kind of clout driven, if that makes sense. And not to talk down on them, but it is kind of about clout driven, what social media has for you, and who's going to become the biggest social media influence and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like sometimes people are just dropping things because they want that clout, but they're not really thinking about the quality of it. And so I feel like as long as we have that mindset, we'll continue to go down that road. I definitely will say the people that I know who are artists, they are taking their time. I just had a friend that dropped something and it took him a year. And so and it's very, very, very great. So I definitely say once we start changing our mindsets of how we do things and how we think about our art and our things, then that's when things will shift. As far as me, yes, I will. I definitely know DC and I will be working probably most likely on the album. So we're not going to be, we'll have something after Great Balloon, but it's not going to be, 2 days after I just dropped the song. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, let the like your fans and the people that listen to your music have some time to like absorb what you put out and really see what you have going.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely quality over quantity. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And not even and on addition to that, you gotta have a game plan. You just can't just release music. Nobody knows about it. There was no anticipation built. So
Definitely.
so speaking of your following and your fans, this is a question we like to ask everyone who comes on the show.
Okay.
So this is a E-Mix exclusive.
Okay.
So we want to know, what is one thing about you, whether it be professionally or personal, that your fans don't know yet?
That my fans don't know about me. Yeah.
It could be an event in your life, a talent. It could be some professional, personal, anything.
Okay, I don't think that a lot of my fans know that I do pageants. So
oh, no way.
Yes, I do pageants. Well, I don't do them anymore. I kind of stopped, but I was doing pageants for a while. So I definitely know they don't know that about me. And I don't think, DC, y'all, I don't think that they know my personality. Do you know? I
Right.
think, because even, when we were at the shoot, my mom was kind of telling everyone, like, I'm really, really low key, really chill. And I know it's off topic, but I wanted to say that I've learned that about myself, and I've learned to love that about myself. So anyway,
Okay.
yeah. So definitely,
Yeah.
I don't think they know my personality. I'm very chill, very calm. I work good under pressure for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Because when you come to the studio, you be ready.
Yeah. Yes. I'm so good. I work well under pressure. I'm trying to, fix that, but because I need to stop procrastinating with things, but we're getting there.
And shout out to Charmaine, because she'll definitely make you
Yes.
re-sing something.
I mean, how many times did she make me sing so many parts? I mean, I was like drenched in there, so hot. I'm so grateful for her. She's a perfectionist too, so she has to have it sounding really good to her ears.
So real quick, how old were you when you started the whole pageant thing?
My freshman year in college. How old was I? Probably 18. I did Miss.
Okay.
That was my first pageant, Miss Black and Gold.
Okay.
Which is an alpha pageant at Clark. Yes.
There you go. What you got, Zach? Anything?
Yeah. So you're working on an EP, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So what, I guess my question is, people can work on singles all day long, but what is like your vision for the overall for the EP?
For the EP. I want the EP to tell a story. So you nailed it with Gray Balloon. And towards the kind of end, you could tell that I'm kind of breaking out of that. So I want the EP to tell a story of me coming out of that space, and it's fine to be in that space for a second, but you got to have that realization with yourself, So that's my vision. I definitely vision as in, performance wise too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so definitely see myself performing it live, many places. DC, I did change my goal of 200. I definitely know I want like a crowd of 1,000 or more. Probably more than
Awesome.
that.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's it's not just about the crowd. It could just be 2 people, but I really do feel like the music that I'm making is really going to touch a lot of the souls of the fans, and heal a lot of their pain or whatever they may be going through. So that's my ultimate goal. So I definitely want to be able to perform in front of a lot of people just for that reason only, really.
Nice. And I mean, we go change the game. The game. Yeah, they ain't ready. I mean, I might be a little biased, but they ain't ready.
No.
They ain't ready.
No.
So I'm gonna ask you a question that happens to everyone. What do you do about writer's block? I mean, it happens to me when I make music sometimes. When you hit that wall, what do you do?
So it's actually happening a little bit right now. So I'm actually trying not to think about it too much. Like I said, I work well under pressure, so I try to really get that the verse or maybe the lyrics I'm struggling with in last minute, and it's so weird. But I also, like I said, I don't try to think about it too much. I try to do different life experiences, challenge myself every day. I try to learn different things every day about myself and about just the world. And then I do tend to jot some things down, and then I go from there. So that's what I'm doing right now because I'm going through it. So.
All right. Yeah. No, I totally get it. When if I'm, we all got deadlines and I'm making beats and this and that, and I'm just not feeling it. Listening to music always helps me. Actually, not just music, but new music. When I'm in a writer's block, I need to find a new artist I've never heard before. I need to hear some songs I've never heard before.
Jumping out of your genre too helps a lot too, man, because you start picking up.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, because if you stay within your genre, you start to repeat yourself. But if you listen to a rock song or like an EDM beat or whatever, like you may pick up a different melody that comes in. You could just like take that little riff and find some inspiration from that. I've heard that works pretty well too. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So you learned something new.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You got anything, Zach?
Yeah, this is a fun question. So if you could work with any artist, and I think you mentioned it before, but if you could work with any artist, dead or alive, who would you work with?
No Allegra.
All right.
I was like, yeah, her for sure.
Yeah. What kind of song would that be?
That's a good question. That's such a, I feel like our life experiences are the same. I feel like it would definitely be a laid back song.
Okay.
Definitely a laid back song. But it would be that's a good question. I think I have the image in my head of where the video shoot would be.
Where would it be?
Okay, so we would be in a vintage car riding down any street. It would be kind of like the sun would be setting, and we would just dang, that's kind of similar to her music video now, but it would be something like that. Seriously.
but snow all day.
Snow all day. You already know.
All right. Yeah, that's dope. And the reason why it's dope is because, well, the scary part is when you meet these people and they don't meet your expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happens.
It does. And you know what's crazy? The reason why I'm saying that, or the reason why I'm doing this, is because I'm like, what expectations do I have for her? Like, I don't think I have any. I just want to, meet her. I think her vibe is kind of similar to my vibe, but I guess, yeah.
Yeah, don't think about it too much, because I want you and her to still be best friends. Like,
oh yeah, we're gonna be like close, like super close, like sitting next to each other at awards and stuff. Like,
most definitely.
Real quick, kind of to like rewind back to like the beginning. What's the music scene like in Columbus? Like, people, I don't know if people know you're from. Well, you said in the beginning you're from Columbus, Georgia, but is there a music scene there, or kind of talk about it a little bit?
It's not. It's really not. Music is not a big thing in Columbus. It's really about the athletes in Columbus, some history, but music is not big. Now, there are some people who do make really, really good music, but at the end of the day, it's about connections too. And so, yeah, but the music scene is not really big in Columbus.
Okay. So it's good to have Atlanta right next door.
Exactly.
How far is Columbus to Atlanta?
Depending on where you go, but an hour and a half.
Okay.
Really, hour and 45 minutes.
It's a little bit of a drive.
It's actually, it's not that bad though, It's not that bad.
If you're going 100.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean,
I told myself.
Right? I mean, in theory, if you do the math, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's so. My bad, Zach.
No, go ahead.
So Columbus, is that where you're from? That's where you're born, or?
That's where I was born, raised, grew up here. But the thing is, my mom was military, so she traveled the world and stuff like that. And then they ended up living here, settling down in Columbus. So, yes.
Nice.
Very cool.
Okay.
What branch of the military?
Army, and then my uncle was Air Force. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think Air Navy. Yeah.
Well, appreciate your service, Momager.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. So, any thoughts to move to Atlanta? I know you go to school out there, but is like Columbus your forever home, or what are you thinking?
So, well, I have to go to grad school. I'll be going to grad school in Florida, and then, so I have connections in Atlanta. As far as the job life goes, I don't have anything against Atlanta. I just don't see myself living in the city.
Okay.
I see myself living on the outskirts of Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Atlanta, like, I don't know if you know how many people artist-wise come out of Atlanta, but what's your take on the current Atlanta music scene right now?
It's growing. I would definitely say it's definitely growing. I feel like that's all I can say. I'm impressed by some of the artists that are coming out of Atlanta. I really am, and especially some of the new up and coming artists. But I would definitely say it's just growing, and that was expected. There's a lot of artists in Atlanta, so it was really expected.
Yeah. No, Atlanta's it's been my home for plenty of years, and you know, it's an artist on every single corner here. That's for sure.
Literally. But it's so, and that's so good. And it's so much talent. Like, it's unbelievable. There's so many people that I'm just like, how are you already not out there? Do you know? Like, it's so much talent in Atlanta. It really is.
Yeah. And this is a question we had asked a couple other people with the whole pandemic going on. What do you think concerts will ever be the same? Do you think that would like what's your take on the future of the music industry?
So I don't think that concerts will ever be the same. I feel like, you know, they'll have a spacing out until we can get a control over this virus, which won't happen if we keep going out. I don't think that things will be the same. But I do think that artists are becoming a little bit more creative with what they do. I mean, thank God we have social media for the live, you know, little sessions and stuff like that. So I definitely think that it's not going to hurt the music industry that much. I mean, I just know concerts will be limited, and just little things like that.
Yeah, I think I heard something weird too. They were talking about like maybe having like little not like bubbles
What?
each group of people, but like they got to stay in this section and then this section. Like that doesn't make sense. Like
that, that doesn't make sense. I know if I was going to a concert, I just wouldn't want to be in like a little space, like
plus you're drinking and then you're like, oh, I'm going out of the bubble, you know, like you can't control those people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, that's the main questions that I got. Zach, you got any final ones?
Yeah, so you said you were working on a music video for Gray Balloon, is that correct? Awesome. So what's the process been like for that so far?
So what, DC? We did our photos and we got that under control. We are working. We've already talked to the videographer for the, you know, kind of what we want. Of course, Snow Allegra was kind of the inspiration behind some of it, but really we'll get that done pretty soon, and then I'll probably be able to talk a little bit more about that. But it hasn't actually been that stressful.
That's
probably on my mom's end, but
I mean, hey, look, Mama Jer's been taking care of it.
Yeah, for sure.
She's been taking care of it. I mean, it's important to have a team. Like the fact that you said it's not that stressful lets you know that you got a pretty decent team.
I have a very good team.
All right. So, so that's good. So if anybody can take anything away, if you're an up and coming artist, your team, you're only as strong as your team.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know what I mean? Like if I didn't have Zach here, you mix wouldn't be that strong. You know what I mean? So
thanks, man.
that was so sweet.
Right back at you.
I'm just I'm just being honest. So so I'm looking forward to what 2020 has in store. The second half of 2020 is gonna be crazy.
It's our journey. It's our journey.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just glad to be a part of it.
So grateful.
And then the thing is people have to know where to get Great Balloon, so I can tell them that it's on all platforms, right?
Hello.
And then they can get it like all. I'm talking about like iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube, Pandora, Shazam it, ask Siri about it. Like
yes,
right?
Yes.
And then,
every single platform.
And then they can get it on your IG as well, so you can give them that.
My IG is Areanna.Haynes, and it's AREANNA.HAYNES.
Awesome. Give her a follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a like, and a comment.
Yes.
And a share.
And a share.
And a subscribe.
And a share. Yes.
And a download. Hey, download Gray Balloon too. Like it's
please.
Yeah, download it. You can stream it, but still download it too.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
please do. We won't disappoint.
No. Once they hear that, they're gonna be begging for the rest of those songs.
Yes, I'm letting you know the beginning gets everybody.
Bet. Yeah. Super curveball. Curveball. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, you know, little, you know what I'm saying?
A little key action, because you did that.
A little pat on the back.
Yes.
Hey, Zach, I don't too often toot my horn, do I? No.
No, you don't. You really
So
don't.
I'm just taking this moment.
You're super modest, my guy.
Yeah, I'm just taking this moment. Appreciate it. Areanna, we are so grateful that you came on the eMix podcast. Thank you.
I got one more question for her, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go.
Yeah. So last question, we promise. So what is one piece of advice for all artists out there? What's that one piece of advice that you would give them that, you know, that you've gone through and how it can help them in a way?
I would definitely say to remind yourself that everyone's journey is different. Wait your turn because it's coming. Stay patient, stay focused, stay motivated. But focus on perfecting your craft. And honestly, definitely realize why you're doing it, you know?
I love it.
Words of wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
Awesome.
Spoken like a true champ. Zach,
thank you.
Zach, you got any more? Because I've been signing out like 2 or 3 times already.
I know. I'm not gonna let you leave, man. No, that's it for me. Thank you so much for coming on. It was such a pleasure.
It was such a pleasure. It really was.
So on the next single, you'll come back on?
Oh yeah. For sure.
Okay. All right.
I loved it. Great vibes, great energy. Love it.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, hey, this is DC, and we got Zach and Areanna again. This is the eMix podcast. And hey, we'll see you in the next episode, y'all.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, wait. And this is Gray Balloon, produced by yours truly, and sung by the beautiful Areanna Haynes.
Thank you so much.
And we gonna drop that right now. We gonna play it. Boom.
Yes. Bye.